I held the wedding invitation in my trembling hands. My son's name was printed in gold letters. But my name was crossed out. He didn't want me there. His own mother. And I knew it was all my fault. Hello, my dear friends. My name is Margaret. I'm 72 years old, and I want to tell you a story. A story about the biggest mistake of my life. A story about pride, regret, and second chances. If you've ever hurt someone you love, this story is for you. If you've ever wished you could turn back time, please stay with me, because what happened next changed everything. Before we begin, I need to ask you something. If this story touches your heart, please subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment and tell me your story. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Your support means the world to me. Now, let me take you back to where it all began. It was a Tuesday morning when the invitation arrived. I remember because Tuesdays were always special. That was the day my son David used to call me. Every single Tuesday for 30 years. But he hadn't called in 8 months. I opened the mailbox with shaking hands. There it was, a beautiful cream-colored envelope. My heart jumped with joy. Finally, he remembered me. Finally, my boy was reaching out. I opened it carefully, saving every piece. The invitation was gorgeous. David Williams and Sarah Chen request the honor of your presence. I cried tears of happiness. My son was getting married. But then I saw it. A small note tucked inside, handwritten, in David's neat handwriting, the handwriting I taught him when he was 5. Mom, I need to be honest with you. Sarah and I have decided we think it's best if you don't come. I'm sorry. David. The invitation fell from my hands. My legs gave out beneath me. I sat on the floor of my hallway and I cried like I've never cried before. My only son, my only child, didn't want me at his wedding. How did we get here? How did I lose my boy? I need to tell you the truth. This didn't happen overnight. I did this. I destroyed our relationship piece by piece. It started 3 years ago. David brought Sarah home for the first time. She was beautiful, kind eyes, warm smile. She brought flowers for me. She complimented my cooking, but she wasn't what I expected. Sarah was Chinese American, and I let my prejudice show. I'm ashamed to say this, but I need to be honest. I made comments, small ones at first. David, are you sure about this? What about your heritage? What will people think? I saw the hurt in Sarah's eyes. I saw the disappointment in David's face. But I didn't stop. I kept pushing. At family dinners, I made jokes, inappropriate jokes. I questioned their future children. Would they look like David? Would they know our traditions? I was cruel. I was ignorant. And I was losing my son. David started visiting less, first once a month, then once every few months. Then the call stopped. The last time we spoke, he said something that haunts me every day. Mom, I love you, but I love Sarah more, and I won't let you hurt her anymore. I'm choosing her. I'm choosing my future, even if that means losing you. I laughed at him. I actually laughed. I said, you'll come back. Sons always come back to their mothers. I was so sure, so proud, so incredibly wrong. He didn't come back. And now he was getting married, without me. The weeks after I got that invitation were the darkest of my life. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I would hold David's baby photos and wonder where that little boy went. But I knew he didn't go anywhere. He grew up. He became a good man, a man who stood up for the woman he loved, a man who wouldn't tolerate disrespect, a man I raised to have values, and now those values were keeping him away from me. My sister Martha came to visit. She found me sitting in the dark, David's photos spread around me. She sat down beside me, held my hand, and said, "Margaret, do you want to know the truth?" I nodded. "You're not crying because he uninvited you. You're crying because you finally see what you've done. You're crying because you know you were wrong, and you're crying because you don't know how to fix it." She was right. About everything. I had been a terrible mother-in-law. I had let my fear control me. Fear of losing my son. Fear of change. Fear of things being different. But by trying to hold on too tight, I had pushed him away completely. Martha looked at me and asked, "What are you going to do about it?" I didn't know. I honestly didn't know. That night, I did something I should have done years ago. I got on my computer. I started learning about Chinese culture, about Sarah's family, about what it means to be a good mother-in-law. I read articles. I watched videos. I joined support groups for parents who had pushed their children away. I wasn't alone. There were so many of us, so many parents who let fear win. I started therapy. At 72 years old, I sat in a therapist's office and I admitted my mistakes. She asked me, "Why were you really afraid of Sarah?" I thought hard, and then it hit me. I wasn't afraid of Sarah. I was afraid of being forgotten. I was afraid that David wouldn't need me anymore, that I wouldn't be important, that I would be alone. But by acting on that fear, I made it come true. The wedding was 6 weeks. I wrote a letter to David. Then I threw it away. I wrote another one, threw that one away. I must have written 20 letters. None of them felt right, because words weren't enough. I needed to show him. I needed to show both of them. So I made a decision, a scary decision. I decided to go to the wedding anyway, not inside the church, not to cause a scene, but I would be there. I would be nearby, because I needed David to know that I was sorry, that I was wrong, that I was trying to change. The wedding day arrived. I put on my best dress. I drove to the church. My heart was pounding so hard. I parked across the street. I could see the guests arriving. Beautiful dresses, happy faces. Then I saw Sarah. She looked like a princess, absolutely stunning, and I realized something. I had been so focused on what I was losing, I never saw what David was gaining. A partner, a beautiful soul, someone who made him happy. Then David arrived, my handsome son, in his tuxedo. He looked so grown up, so happy, so ready for this new chapter. I started crying, not sad tears this time, proud tears. I sat in my car and I prayed that he would be happy, prayed that I could find a way to make this right. The ceremony started. I couldn't see inside, but I imagined it. My son saying "I do," starting his forever, without me there. And I accepted it, because he deserved happiness, even if I wasn't part of it. The ceremony ended. People started coming out, laughing, celebrating. I was about to drive away when I saw David. He was looking around, searching for something. Then his eyes met mine across the street, through my car window. He froze. I froze. We just stared at each other. Then Sarah appeared beside him. She whispered something to him. He nodded, and they walked towards me, together. I got out of my car. My legs were shaking. David stopped a few feet away. "Mom," he said, "what are you doing here?" I took a deep breath. "I came to tell you something. I was wrong. About everything. Sarah is wonderful, and you deserve all the happiness in the world. I'm sorry I couldn't say this sooner. I'm sorry I wasn't the mother you needed. But I'm here now. Not to intrude, just to tell you. I love you, and I'm so, so proud of you." David's eyes filled with tears. Sarah stepped forward. She took my hands. "Mrs. Williams," she said, "thank you for coming. Thank you for those words. They mean everything." Then David hugged me. My son hugged me, and I felt whole again. That day didn't fix everything. We still had work to do, conversations to have, trust to rebuild. But it was a start. Sarah and David invited me to the reception. I met Sarah's parents, beautiful, kind people. I apologized to them too. We're building something new now, a real family, based on respect, based on love, not fear. I learned something important. Love means letting go. It means accepting change. It means choosing your child's happiness over your comfort. If you're watching this and you've made mistakes with your children, it's not too late. Pride is not worth losing the people you love. Fear is not worth destroying relationships. Change is hard, but losing your family is harder. Thank you for listening to my story. If it touched your heart, I have a request. Please subscribe to American Granny Stories. We share real stories from real people, stories of love, loss, and second chances. Leave a comment below. Tell me about your relationship with your children or with your parents. Have you experienced something similar? How did you heal? Your story might help someone else. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe a parent who's struggling. Maybe an adult child who feels lost. Hit the like button if this message resonated with you. And remember, it's never too late to say I'm sorry. It's never too late to change. It's never too late to choose love. Until next time, this is Margaret, reminding you that family is worth fighting for. God bless you all.